Hi there, I'm Colin. I used to eat out at restaurants a lot. Now, like most people, I'm stuck at home cooking all the time. I think I'm getting better at it.
It's not maiming myself on camera.
But I've still got a lot to learn. Each episode, I'll pick a dish I've never made before and do my best to create something edible. Is this a cooking show? I'll leave it up to you to decide. Welcome to the Noob Gourmet.
To make a lot of different things all in one day, so this is the third recipe that we're cooking today. Pretty straightforward, simple guacamole recipe. I forgot to check how long it says this. Oh, 10 minutes. So this is 10 minutes. My 5-minute salsa took 20 minutes, so we'll see how long this takes. So we're on beer number 2. So here we go. So we're going to slice our avocados. So I'm changing this recipe, sort of cutting it in half, because 3 avocados for 2 people is a lot of avocados, and they go bad relatively quickly in the refrigerator. So we're going to go with 2 avocados, relatively small avocados, and hope that that is not so much food that we can consume it before it turns brown. So we're trying to do the knife thing to be cute. It doesn't want to come out. Oh, twist. Twist, forgot the twist part.
Paper towel.
Paper towel. Yes, paper towel to take it off the knife. So you don't slice your hand off, and so it slides off nicely. Okay, so we got 1. Already falling behind on my time here because I don't know how to take the pit out of an avocado. But I think we got it now. Stab and twist, or hack and twist, I guess I should say. And pull it off with a paper towel. So we are going to scoop out the avocados into the bowl, one by one. Get all that goodness out of there. Got a little gunk in there. Don't know what that is. Don't want that in my guacamole. We don't like gray is the wrong color for guacamole. It's supposed to be green. Now we're gonna do the fork. It says to use a fork to mush. This is sliding around a lot more than I thought it might.
Avocados are in the same family as cinnamon. Half of an average-sized avocado has 4.6 grams of fiber, the most of any fruit. An avocado has more potassium than a banana. The word guacamole is a derivation of the Aztec word guacamole, which translates loosely to avocado soup or avocado sauce.
How chunky do we want this? I guess this is something that is left up to the cook. We're gonna do it about that chunky. So we're gonna take the 1 Roma tomato. We'll do that first. We're just gonna dice that. We're gonna speed through this part, hopefully in editing, so you don't see my shitty tomato dicing knife skills. Oh boy, I get to use my scraper for the first time. So these are great. You could buy these things. They're like 50 cents on Amazon, but this is I assume they're mostly for baking, and you pretty much just scoop it up in there. Let's see, we got our onion. Oh, I now have a full page pop-up over my recipe, but I mean, I know how to cut an onion at least, so I think we're safe for now. And you're supposed to leave the hairy end, which you can't really see here. You're supposed to leave that on when you're dicing.
Slicing onions makes us cry because when we cut onions, sulfur is released. The sulfur reaches our eyes and combines with the moisture in our eyes to produce sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid leads to a painful sensation and the brain immediately acts. Our brain makes our eyes produce tears that eliminate the acid. During the Middle Ages, onions were used as gifts and even currency. People used to pay for services and goods and even paid rent.
And so knife cuts do not have to be uniform. The goal is just get the pieces small enough. Now we got the jalapeno peppers, seeds removed. We're gonna finely dice these. Cutting peppers skin side up is the easiest way to get clean cuts. The skin is harder to get through if you have them the other way. So even though they're more stable on the cutting board, you should really cut them like this with the flesh side up, I guess it is. Having the paddle to prevent stuff from sliding around, and you can also get your knife right up to it, which you can't do when you're using your fingers with a sharp knife because you'll cut your fingers off, or your tips of your fingers off, or your fingernails. So we're going to take the parsley,
Parsley is one of the most commonly used herbs in American cuisine, used in soups, stocks, sauces, and as a garnish. There are two types of parsley, curly and flat leaf. Parsley is a natural breath freshener and is often added to shampoos.
All right, so we're gonna put that in. Cool. Then we have half of a lime. So the trick to getting a lime so it's nice and juicy and you get the maximum amount of juice out of it is you take it with your hand, you roll it on the cutting board. And the garlic, big pieces of garlic that just kind of sit in there and season everything. Stir it up a little bit, and we're gonna season with salt and pepper. It's looking nice. Healthy dash of salt, but I'm gonna sort of eyeball it. And also, wanna try?
Yeah. A little bit more butter. It's really good.
A little bit more salt. Okay, so it's time to try the guacamole that we made. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
I like it. The lime comes through, not overpowering. It's a nice balance. Onions are not overpowering. Nothing's really overpowering. It's all pretty balanced. This was by far the easiest thing that I made today. Guacamole, easy to make, not a bad recipe. It's so simple that I have very little else to say about it.
And there you have it. For the first time on the Noob Gourmet, I've made a recipe that actually tasted the way it was supposed to. To recap, lack of cilantro didn't matter in the recipe. Using parsley was just fine. It didn't take away from the dish. The recipe was easy to follow. It was simple and straightforward. And most importantly, the guac was delicious. I crushed half of it that night while watching the game and ate the rest the next day. In conclusion, this is a recipe I can recommend. Thanks for watching and see you next time.